Scholars, I am so sorry that I'm not going to be here for the next couple days, but I wanted to make sure that I give you a personal shout out and just say I'm really proud of you. Keep working hard, and the next couple days you're going to be awesome at rocking it without me. So keep working hard and just listen to this video, and it should answer any questions that you might have. So I'm taking a look at what our assignment is for the next few days, which is called the Revolutionary Era Twitter War. And so this is kind of a unique spin on understanding our characters, or not characters, but our historical figures of the era, as well as important events and things that happened. This is a good way of you showing me what you've learned. So if you remember when we did the Salem witch trials, we did a text exchange. It's kind of similar to that. So you're going to have different historical figures where you are going to have them have conversations back and forth, but the only difference is you're limited in the amount of characters that you can use. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So I'm just going to read word for word and probably elaborate a little bit. This should answer your questions. Please replay if you need to. That will help you. Okay, so we are going to be engaging in a Twitter thread discussion. So you're going to show me what you've learned about the Revolutionary War era. You can use any resources that we have used in class. This includes the French and Indian War slides, the Revolutionary War Choice Board notes and slides, the wrap-up notes that we took, the Enlightenment philosopher notes, anything like that, you're welcome to use, and I encourage you to do so. The first thing you need to do is select one important historical figure that you have learned about and create a profile for that individual. Okay, and then from there you're going to create a dialogue which focuses on the historical events that happened from 1776, this is important, 1776 to 1789. Okay, so let's first look at that profile part. Okay, so you are going to select a historical figure and create a profile. You're going to use as much information as you can within the profile to show me that you know about this person. Okay. So I'm going to have a picture. As you look at my example here, I have a picture, I have a name, which is the actual historical name, and then I have a handle that I've created for that person. You can be as creative as you want to. I'm going to have a little bit of a profile here. I'm going to have a timestamp and a date that makes sense, okay? And I'm also going to include some followers. So let's take a look at what I have. So I selected Crispus Attucks. I have his picture. I have his name. I gave him a handle. I'm not nearly as creative as you guys, but you know how that goes with my attempt at things. So I have @Crispus_history_maker. Okay. So now I'm going to give you some information to show what I know about this person, and that's your job to prove to me that you know a little bit about them. So he's a tired abolitionist who seeks equality between all men and women. He's Southern born, Boston bred, looking for change in the Massachusetts colony. And then I have some hashtags, #overit, #we wanna say. Okay, so this is an example of what you will need to do. When you look in this document, I have a template page for you. Okay, it is loaded in Schoology for you. You will use it, and then obviously you're going to take out that text by deleting it. Okay, and you're going to include a picture, the person's name, a handle, who they follow. So at least 4 people that they're going to follow, and then that's going to help you later because those will be those people that you have in a conversation. And then your information will be posted here and your timestamp. Okay? Then what you'll need to do, going back to that direction page, you're going to include at least 12 tweets between your historical figure and other important individuals. So you're only going to use people that you know well. So these are people that you can include: King George III, George Washington, any of the founding fathers like Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, etc. Abigail Adams we learned about. You can select a loyalist, a patriot, a fence sitter, but you're going to have to give them a name. Okay. You want to mention important details from the era. This shows you that you understand what happened historically between the events and documents and the conflicts, and if there's potential resolutions. Okay, and then you're also going to reveal specific personality traits. and then also show me your creativity. So those are the directions. Let's take a look at an example here, okay? So I already have my Crispus Attucks profile, right? And I said that he is following a couple of these people, all right? So I also have a conversation that's going to be occurring between my individuals on Twitter, okay? So first I want to give my Twitter kind of like a topic. Okay, so mine's going to be Time for Change, and this is by Crispus _history_maker. Okay, so Crispus Attucks, the first thing he's going to do is I'm going to include a picture, I'm going to include dialogue, hashtags, and I'm going to include handles to people that I'm speaking to, just like a real Twitter exchange. So Crispus Attucks writes, "It's time for a change, so over the injustice of the Massachusetts colony. Why won't at George III see we need hashtag representation and hashtag true equality?" Well, this is going to get King George's attention because he's tagged in it, right? So the next piece I have then is King George. He's responding. King George III, that's his name. His handle is at George_3rd. Says, "Get over yourself. Hashtag ungrateful subjects. Walk a day in my royal shoes. Hashtag completely unaware. Hashtag how rude." Well, Crispus Attucks responds back, "At King George III, how dare you? I am grateful, but I am, quote, hashtag over the false promises." So now Sons of Liberty see this, they get involved. Those are somebody that I'm including, and you see their name and their handle. They're going to tag Crispus Attucks, and it says, "I couldn't agree more. You should see what we have planned. No hashtag T-tax, no T-act, hashtag over she goes." Okay, and then we have some other dialogue. Crispus Attucks responds, again, at Liberty for All. "Nice. You know I'm all about, quote, hashtag spilling the tea." And then they're going to tag at Revere. "You in, bro?" And then Paul Revere gets involved, and he's going to tag them, and he says, "You know it, I'll make feathers ready." Okay, so this is just an example of how your dialogue could go. You want to make sure that you include pictures for those people. You want to include their names as well as their handles. Be creative with those hashtags, and be creative with your conversations. The whole idea is that you have several people who are having a dialogue on Twitter, and it goes back and forth. Okay, so when we look at my example, I have, again, a template for you. You will include a picture and as well as the conversation. So you want to use my example as a means to really model yours. So you should have pictures, their names, their handles, and then the dialogue that goes back and forth, including unique handles and hashtags. Okay, so you want to do that and include at least 12 tweets between your historical individuals. Okay, you want to show important information from the era that shows me that you know what's happening, and any personality traits as well. Okay, I have the template uploaded in Schoology for you. You have 2 class periods to do this assignment. Take your time, do it well. I'm going to say that the template you can use, if you find that it's very overwhelming and frustrating with my little text boxes and things like that, if it's easier for you just to create something on your own, that's totally fine. Do not get hooked up and caught up on using my template. Feel free to make your own, but you will take screenshots and you will submit this in the Schoology folder on Tuesday. So you have Monday, Tuesday to work your way through it. Maybe you want to put it on a piece of paper first, write out what you want to say, and then you can type up in your document. That's probably the best thing to do, is to first do a rough draft on paper and then transfer it into an actual physical document. Using my template or a template of your own, that's fine, but you'll take screenshots and upload it. If you have any questions, you can send me an email. I'll do my best to answer it, but I'll be honest with you guys, I'm out for the next couple days. I probably won't see it until Wednesday. But if it's something super, super pressing, Mrs. Eric is in the know. Obviously, she's my co-teacher. You can reach out to Mrs. Eric, and she'll be more than happy to help you, I'm sure, answer any questions you might have. Okay? All right, guys, thanks so much. Take care.